What's up guys, back in today with another trailer reaction, this time with the Undead Unluck special episode winter something trailer here. Been excited for this ever since it was announced quite a while ago. I didn't realise how long had passed since the anime started airing, which has been 2 years. Over 2 years I think actually, which I thought was kind of crazy, but I absolutely loved the show. There was plenty of smaller characters in the show I really enjoyed. I really like Andy and Foko of course, but just like Tatiana, Georgina, like a bunch of like the smaller cast in the show I really loved. I was quite surprised to see how low the ratings were, to be honest with you. Today I think they were better when I was watching it, but yeah, I think this actually looks like a might be one of those underrated shows in the future, to be honest with you, because again, I'm just absolutely down for the show. I love it. I love the concept is really cool with the kind of the negation kind of abilities. And yeah, the characters are great. The soundtrack is phenomenal. I loved I forget the name of the artist, but Zero Itchy I think is the name of the song. I absolutely love them. I love their work in Dororo as well. Even though I haven't seen that series, I have heard the soundtrack, and they are incredible. I think they're doing another song in this special, so excited to hear that. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this trailer in the comments, and we'll, after you watch it of course, we'll watch it once through all the way, and then I'll have a little pause through. Just a disclaimer as well, I might not remember an awful lot because it has been a couple of years. I probably watched what 50, 60 anime and since maybe more since it did start airing, so not everything is going to be fresh in my mind, but you guys can help me out with that if you do know, or if anything pops up like that. No subtitles unfortunately, which is a bit annoying. I'll try and interpret what it says in the second watch through. I'm assuming that's another negator there. Okay, here is the new song. There's something just really intriguing about their sound, isn't there? I love it. Got Billy here. I think this special is going to be mostly focused on him and Juiz, just purely based off the key visual. Oh shit. Animation is looking sick. What the hell? Oh shit, what the hell? Okay, I pause there in a second and go through. Here is that song I love so much. But yeah, animation looks great in this, doesn't it? I think that was maybe the only thing I wouldn't even say I had an issue with, but the animation wasn't spectacular. Oh damn, Billy, fucking hell, half his face is burnt off there. Yeah, I love the look of the animation. It looks a lot smoother. Yeah, that was the only issue. I think this is the same studio that does JoJo's. Not sure if it's the same department or whatever, but honestly, I thought Part 6, Stone Ocean, probably my least favorite animated part I've seen so far, maybe barring Part 1. I also thought that didn't look as good as other seasons of JoJo's, and this came out around a similar time, I think, and that would probably be the, again, not even really a negative, but like the only thing I would say about the series is that I could have had better animation considering it was a fantasy kind of battle anime. I think that, yeah, so this says it releases on Christmas Day in Japan, I hope. I should be able to watch this when it comes out if it is New Year, the day before Christmas Eve. That's the one I'm looking for. If it comes out Christmas Eve, I should be able to watch it on the channel, which I think it does. I think that is, yeah, just 10 minutes on the day of Christmas, so that would be the day before here in the UK. And that is it. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. As I said, I will go through it a second time here if you did want to stick around and go through it a bit deeper. I'll just mute it quickly and maybe try and interpret what some of the characters are saying. But as I said, this just purely based off the key visual, and a lot of the scenes here looks like it's going to be majorly Juiz and Billy focused. Juiz was definitely a standout character for me in season 1, and Billy was a little bit just because of the whole betrayal and such. But yeah, we see the book. I can't remember the name for it. As I said, a lot of the terminology and such I'm going to be absolutely crap on, so apologies about that. But the book which has got his own name and is voiced by Sugita, which I absolutely love. It looks like the scales have got some kind of like characterization here as well, which is really intriguing. So again, I'm assuming this is going to be a negator they're going to be looking for. This guy's talking about everyone and anyone. I think he's asking for anyone to help him here. And he says earlier, he says Mina, which usually means everyone. So maybe he's at the center of some kind of catastrophe that involves everyone. Some kind of world catastrophe or something. Again, the visuals are great. They can't move, I think he says there. Something's going to happen to everyone. And he's asking anyone for help, I think. Again, I don't speak fluent Japanese or anything, so I can't fully translate, but I think that's the general gist of what he's saying here. I've seen a lot of anime, enough anime to kind of recognize a lot of like very used lines. But yeah, loving the sound of this new song as well, by the way, especially near that halfway point that goes hard. And hopefully we do hear that opening / ending again from the actual initial season, because again, that was one of my favorite songs probably I've listened to on like while reacting to anime in general, to be honest with you. I've listened to that maybe the most. Just a chill guy. So he's wearing the same thing as the guy in the opening. Yeah, he's wearing the same thing. Do we recognize this guy in the opening? I don't. And what is that, by the way? Sorry, just to go back to it. What is it's a camera, right? But what's it on? Oh, is that a camera? Or is that a tank? It kind of looks one of those old school cameras. But I think that's a tank. Two very weird, two crazy things to mix up, by the way. A camera or a tank. But honestly, I went through this whole thinking this was a camera this whole time. I think this is that a tank? I don't know how to make out exactly what this is. There's so many bits and pieces on it. It kind of sounds like a heavy kind of machinery as well, but not. Doesn't sound tank loud, so I don't know. Yeah, he's wearing the same thing. I wonder why that is. Same camouflage. Then let's say, is he and Billy working together? Is that the dude? I think this is the same guy. Sorry to rewind back again, but he's got a mole on his head, so he should be quite clear. And of course it's fucking covered. No, it's not covered. I don't think he has one in this shot. That's not the same dude, but he looks a lot like him. Also not wearing the same outfit. So that's not the same guy. They've just got similar hair. Clearly looking for something. Not sure what is going on here, by the way. That just like absolutely flies by, doesn't it? What's going on here? So we got Dewey. I forget what that thing is. That's where they like held the meetings, the round table thing. Again, my terminology is gonna be terrible. I think we see the book there. Is it Apocalypse? Is that his name? Something like that. Cataclysm, Apocalypse, something like grand like that. That might be him up there. But what's that on Joiza's side? Oh shit, that's the poison guy. I remember that guy, yeah. He was from the when we went to America, right? That poor woman who I really got quite invested in during that arc. Okay, so I didn't recognise that right off the bat, but yeah, we have seen them before. Both looking really good, aren't they? This is gonna be cool as fuck, holy crap. We've got a giant kaiju battle right next to Juice and Billy. Damn, that's gonna be sick. And again, the animation looks smooth as fuck. Also, this is definitely the best part of this song. So lots of shots there. I don't believe there's anything we haven't seen before right here. We've got young Juice and I forget Andy's original name as well. So I didn't play Final Fantasy VII at the time of release, but Andy does kind of remind me a little bit of Cloud after now playing it. Not in terms of like them as people, but just like the whole, honestly, just like the black hair, white hair thing. To be honest with you, looks wise. Yeah, she looks a hell of a lot like Fuko in that shot, doesn't she? I have no idea. I don't think I've seen that thing before. I think we've seen the scales, but I can't remember in what context we did. Again, I mentioned it earlier, but you can tell my mind is really not fresh. For 2 years, but I do kind of slightly recognise this, but not as a monster. I think he said he's going to go somewhere. Something about fate and Fuko right there. I can't really interpret too much of what Juice is saying just because the sentences are so long and more complicated. They're not like simple, like average lines of dialogue, so I can't really tell you what she's saying, but she sounds very passionate about Fuko, about the future, about her group. And yeah. But other than that, I can't really tell you what she's saying, honestly. So there is going to be some Fuko and Andy here. What their involvement is, I'm really not sure, because they don't seem to have any impact on the main kind of premise of this. So they're like fighting with this scales thing, I guess. Interesting as well, another thing to note is that we don't actually see those kaiju giant or the seasoned guys, I call them. We don't see them actually fighting at any point during any of the scenes with Juice and Billy fighting, like not in the background or anything, which I find quite intriguing. Like we almost saw a whole 360 then, and they're nowhere to be seen. And then I think here she's just shouting, calling him a traitor. But there's something else in there as well. Again, I'm very simplifying it, but I can hear the word traitor. Why did you do this? Are you seriously doing this? I think she says, or something along those lines. And then she's asking, yeah, why did you betray us? Weren't you a comrade? I don't know what he's saying though. But yeah, I think especially there, like, is a really good example of the difference in animation between season 1 and season 2. I feel like these scenes here with Andy and Fuko would look a lot less smooth in the main series in season 1. I think that was also a bit of a charm to it as well. Kind of reminded me of Soul Eater in a sense, where Soul Eater, the initial anime, hopefully they remake that at some point. I think that would be really cool. It didn't have the best animation, but the style of the animation and the style of it actually kind of made up a bit for the lack of maybe major kind of animation. I feel like something similar here, where the animation maybe isn't as good as like a Solo Leveling or a Frieren or something, but because of the really cool style of the show, it kind of makes up for it in a way. So Billy's talking about something about having the power or something there. Again, I can't fully make out what he's saying. And they're just talking about Unluck is the best. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Again, I tried my best there with the translations. I could hear a few things and make out a few things, but there's plenty I missed out on here. So hopefully we get a subtitle version in the future. But yeah, really awesome trailer. Looks incredibly promising, and the animation probably looks the best from the whole series so far, which is great. It looks like a battle of epic proportions as well. Although again, I do find that really interesting that we really don't see any of those giant monsters during the actual battle itself. Wonder what like could have happened. Maybe there's a potential like little spoilers there or something. We also do see Billy's face just like half burnt up as well, so it's another kind of question. But yeah, looks awesome. Going to be there absolutely. If it does air on Christmas Day itself, I might end up taking a day or two to watch it, but I think it should be coming out probably the day before Christmas, so it should be okay. But yeah, incredibly excited. Again, you guys know I absolutely love this series. Again, just so surprising just how underrated it was when I went to check it for the reaction, check on a few of the characters' names, which luckily I didn't end up needing. I probably should have looked up the book and a few others, but yeah, is what it is. I was gonna say, because I don't remember too much of where we ended off. I think we ended off with the mangaka kind of stuff, and that seems to have like, we've moved on from that to say the least. Like, it doesn't seem too involved with what the end of season 1 had for us, so that's, I guess, quite lucky for me. Although I probably do want to rewatch the season, maybe not before this special, but at least before a season 2, with hopefully a season 2 does come out at some point. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought of the trailer in the comments. Let me know any little things I missed here. Help me out with some of the things I forgot. That would also be appreciated. But yeah, awesome stuff. Again, let me know what you guys thought in the comments. Leave a like on the video if you guys did like, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date with these reactions. And hopefully I'll see you guys in late December.